Wat was eigenlijk waarom was hij...
Ja, dat hem iets van vorige week zeg. Is maar, mannetjes, ik ben bezig.
Ik ben zo grappig.
Zeg er aan het gerust. So this time the link is working, apparently.
It started already?
Yeah, I started, but it's okay. So I made a mistake again. Anyway, they have to find this one. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with this YouTube. It's funny, but on the other hand, it's not so funny. Hi, Jill. Seven people. But we still have 5 minutes. Hi, Alan. Hallo, daar is het gelukt. We zijn allemaal 9 people. Everybody's 5 minutes too early. Hi Ronald, blij je te zien. Of je niet te zien. I hope you're all in a great shape to draw. Mm. 10 people. Great. Ben je mij aan het storen of wat? Ja, pak ze maar. gaan.
Ja, het zal gaan.
Je moet ook naar boven gaan, hè?
Moest doen.
Je moet gewoon nog een beetje lawaai maken. So this is Mark Young. And then Mark Young is now here. Hi, Mark. I was just going to talk about you. And Mark is the subject of the ISCA, how do you call that? ISCA members competition, something like that. And they always they choose a member, and he or she can be drawn by the other artist of ISCA. And it's kind of a mini competition. We don't really participate in this competition, but I thought the photos were kind of inspiring. And he sent more than one photo, but I'm going to start from this one. I like the bun. 2 minutes to go. Take your paper or your iPad. I guess Mark is not going to draw along with us. He's just going to watch and cry. We haven't met yet, Mark, at a convention because it's been a while since I've been at a convention. But I hope one of these years to meet you. That would be nice. I hope I didn't insult you with the photo that I posted about Quo Vadis. The young Peter Ustinov. I saw some resemblance. It's not perfect, but okay. It's 9:30, so here we go. 13 people to start with. That's okay. Here is Mark. Yeah, it would be great to meet you. Though the pic of Peter was funny, so we're all good. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I see kind of a small forehead. Excuse me, Mark, but that's what I see. It's also a little bit because you pull up your eyebrows really high. Hi, Rini. Goed dat je er bent. I know I saw some other photos where you opened one eye even more than the other one. Well, it would be nice, but I don't see this in this photo. So I'm just going to take this photo as a starting point. Hi, Derek. Shape of the glasses are kind of very specific, so we tried to stick on that. Hi, Cathy. Cathy. Bonsoir, Cathy. Cathy from Lyon. So the glasses are kind of not really high, so we're going to make them a little bit smaller, actually. Bonsoir. So in the nose, there is kind of a bump here. We're going to emphasize it a little bit. The tip is kind of a little bit long, so we put it a little bit lower. I probably have to draw smaller because I have to add the bun on top of it. Hi, Jeff. Good to see you. Hi, Kelly. Yeah, Jeff, I hope it's okay. You will be one of the next victims. So this could be really low, and then the hair on top of it, just like this. Maybe even smaller, because I need a little bit spare space on top of that, right? The hair will be loose a little bit afterwards, but now I'm not going to give it too much attention. Jeff, absolutely. I gave you much to work with. Well, it was a really nice set of photos. I chose one. It will be the 3/4 photo. The other ones would have been nice too, but I'm going to make only one drawing. I'm a little bit rusty. I have to start moving faster. I hear some side noises here. Hi, Mark. Hi, it's great to see your thought process. Well, I'm not really thinking a lot when I'm drawing. I'm just trying to say what's going on a little bit. Alan, what artist inspired you to go into caricature? Well, I was very lucky that in my country, or in Flanders, in Belgium, in the newspaper that my father bought, there was a certain David Levine, and his drawings were kind of daily in the newspaper. So, without any doubt, he was the first or the most inspiring artist that made me start thinking about caricature, or at least that was kind of it accumulated a lot of images in my head. I can still see really vividly all the drawings, or almost all the drawings he made about the Kennedys and Nixon and Kissinger and the whole bunch. So there is a lot of history in those drawings that I will never forget too. That was really inspiring. And I was really lucky to meet him in 2004 in New York, and he showed me his apartment. So that's kind of a dream come true, right? Unfortunately, a few years later, he died. That has nothing to do with me, by the way. So I have to move this eye a little bit more this way, I see. I have to be a little bit careful with this eye because it's the most important eye. Hey, Bart. Gewoonlijk zit op Messenger. Ben je verloren gelopen? I love the wrinkles in the forehead. They give a lot of expression, actually. FM Hansen, thanks for doing these. Love to see, always inspiring. Thank you so much. It's really nice that you tell me these things. It's my pleasure. I like doing it. It's a little bit stressful. I mean, technically, I always make the same mistakes, apparently. But in the meantime, 27 people have found their way to this stream. Hi, Ben. Good to see you. You did it. That's funny. I was one of the four waiting in the other page. Yeah, actually, it's on purpose. I make mistakes on purpose, so I try to make it difficult for people to find their way. After all these times, it starts looking like that. Oh boy, I'm such a clumsy guy. I have the impression that people still forgive me, so that's nice. So who else was there? I'll probably get some angry messages from them. For me, Zoom is really much easier to with the links and stuff. But here somehow, when I go live, it I don't know what happens. It opens something else, another link or something. No, I know, Monica. It's not surprising anymore. It's not even funny anymore. But you know, I try to make people. I try to motivate them to do a little bit their best to find this. If they don't find it, well. And every week I think, okay, now I'm really prepared. Now I know how to do that. It's not so bad. 33, it's getting crowdy. Probably the last 4 people jumped over from the other place. I'm a little bit slow today. Phew. I hope you see some likeness, Mark. Kelly's caricatures. Is this Procreate? Yes, it is Procreate. My first time getting to your live stream as well. Nice to meet you. Well, half meeting you. Yes, it's Procreate. It's a really nice program. I don't know if you know it, how to work with it. It's kind of intuitive. It's not so terribly difficult. I mean, it has a lot of options and possibilities, but when you just have to do what I'm doing, it's just making a few layers, and I don't even use special brushes. I only use one brush actually for these streams. Alan, I'm drawing along, but I will have to follow the recording later. Okay. To complete as I work slower, even slower than me. Ooh, I'm learning a lot about exaggeration following your videos. Oh, thank you, Alan. People are so kind here. Monica, say something. People are too kind. I'm not used to that. Tell me something bad, Monica. Okay, so this should be enough for the line work. Let's put some gray shade on it. You're drawing with a pen today. Oh, it arrived. So that's nice. I hope you like it. Well, Bart is asking if this person is a well-known caricaturist. I just know he's a member of ISCA. Maybe he's really well-known in America. I don't know. Maybe Mark can tell me something more, or tell us something more if he's famous or not. I don't think it's really important in this stream anyway, but it's an okay question. So we're adding a layer, and we are going to put some gray shade now with the same brush. Okay. Yeah, Kathy, Ben is here. Some people know each other here just from the caricature barbecue. So Mark says, I wish I were famous. I've been doing it professionally for about 2 years, from being a long time hobby. Oh yeah, that's a good joke. Monica says he's really famous from his role in Quo Vadis. Hair always spend a lot of time on. Kathy, you don't have to spend so much time on the hair. You just use the right brush, and then you can push a little bit harder when you see a dark part. But I don't like what I did here. Blah, blah, blah. Boop, boop, boop. In the meantime, I'm smelling fish here. Somebody's making fish. Kelly, his hair has a personality all of its own. I love it. Did you hear that, Mark? You have a fan. I mean, your hair has a fan. Although you don't see this in the photo, I add some shading because, I mean, in the neck here, because it makes the face pop out more when I put some shading on the neck. Theo, good to see you. Apparently he knows Mark. See, Mark, you are famous. Yeah, wondering what Mark was thinking when this photo was taken. I think he was just posing. He's a poser, right? He only has been doing his hair one day for his daughter. That's a good father. Very good father. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Oh, the shirt a little bit darker. So there is a little bit more contrast, a little bit more here too. So maybe that's it. Maybe this is it. Okay. I hope you like it, Mark. So this is done. Let's draw a woman. Mark, if you want, I will send you the drawing afterwards. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you, Mark. He likes it. Well, or he's lying. He says he likes it. So, how about this, guys? A little bit more difficult, maybe? Thank you, Selim. He says he loves the drawing. There are some more funny drawings coming. This is maybe the most difficult of today. I see a little bit high forehead. Yeah, I won't forget to send it. I don't know how to send it. I don't have your coordinates, but maybe through the Facebook of Iska. Her nose is not really very distinctive because we're going to emphasize something else. I took this photo because it's a challenge on one side, but on the other hand, there is a hidden gem, or maybe not so hidden. The gem is in the mouth, right? She has a great smile, and we're going to exaggerate a little bit. I see a lot of teeth, almost more teeth than a human being can have. So just positioning first. So we're going to draw a little bit too many teeth. Might be funny this time. Hola, hola Laura. Buenas tardes. And she is kind of smiling that way. Do you see that? It's a little bit too much, but let's try. I want to try something. Maybe it's totally wrong. No hat today. Well, it's behind me, I think. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Here it is. I don't need it today. Well, I didn't even think of it. Maybe I'm not wearing pants, but you don't know, right? So the problem with this kind of smile is that we don't know how to fit this in the page. That's the joy, says Ben, about being a caricature artist. You can compliment someone and insult them at the same time. Exactly. So the thing is with this photo that a too big smile like this is kind of hard to fit in the face, but the hair brings a solution because we can just hang the hair like that, and we don't need to see everything because the hair is going to camouflage it. Right? And there is such a thing as a human imagination. People are able to fill in all the rest or the things that you don't draw with their own imagination, and they don't see this as a mistake, I think. Maybe I have to bring the eye a little. Opa, what am I doing? I know what I'm doing. The selection tool is on automatic. I want to bring the eye a little bit more this way, not so much, but a little bit. A little bit higher. Okay. Actually, I should close the gap between the teeth, the upper teeth and the lower teeth. So, wait. I don't want a too big gap because she has kind of big teeth here. Yeah. Mark, what brushes did you use on Procreate? Yeah. I like the look of it. I use Procreate myself, but I haven't found an inking one I like. Here it is, Mark. Da, da, da. Tinderbox. Can you see it? It's in the inking department. It's nice. It is kind of a little bit, it has a little tooth, which I like because, well, you have other pens like Studio or what is it and stuff. These are great too, but they're kind of too soft, too good, kind of, right? I mean, I like it a little bit organic, a little bit rough. It's like in comics, you know, some comics have a toothy line, some comics have a very, what's the word? I don't know. I see it might, yeah. It's a nice brush because you can use it for anything. I mean, if I put the size up, I can almost paint with it. You see that? And it's a little bit transparent, which is kind of nice. With the black color, you hardly see it, but with color, the other colors, you can see it, and I think it's nice. You know, it's maybe just a period that I'm using it because I don't know why that I'm always changing things for myself. I always take other brushes and I always change my style without even without even realizing it. And that's a problem because it would be nice if I would draw always the same way, but I have the habit of just changing sometimes with things. These eyes are kind of important. I shouldn't screw up it with it. I'm going to change the direction a little bit. I think it was wrong. Yep. Alan, managing to speed up and keep with this one. Yeah, why not? It's all about warming up also, Alan. The first drawing is always a little bit slow, I guess. It's about confidence. It's about muscle memory. So this person, I stole her face on Clubhouse. So I don't know who she is. I don't even remember in which chat room she was. I have no idea. Hi, David. Good to have you here. Mark, hi Theo. People are just chatting with each other. That's nice. So I'm just inventing a couple of more teeth, right? Why not? Dark room. What do you mean, Bart? Dark room? Am I in a dark room? So for the hair, I enhance the volume a little bit of the brush. What's the noise in the background? Well, that's Emmy cooking. It's not raining today. But I think she's finished now. If you jump in, you can eat some fish here, but you don't live too far away. Okay. I think we're done with the black lines. And this is kind of plain black. I like that as a contrast with the many lines. So this is my black line layer. David, did you watch Eurovision? I watched afterwards, and I watched a part of when they were giving points. I think I know what you're going to talk about the cocaine guy. Alan, do you focus just on the face, or do you ever do the whole body? Well, I know people like that, but it's a lot of work, and I prefer drawing bodies. I prefer drawing faces. So yeah, well. You know, I'm not a comic artist, and drawing bodies is a lot of work for me. What did I do wrong? Bang. Okay. But in this case, it's only a body, right? And some shoulders. Nothing really about the posture. You quite liked the winning songs. Well, I don't know yet. Blah, blah, blah. But that's right. Haven't seen you for a while. Yeah, it's terrible. But so about the song festival, which is actually not a topic here, but I just want to say here that I liked the singer of France, but the song was blunt plagiarism of what's her name, Edith Piaf, right? I mean, even the song was totally the song, like padam padam padam. So that's kind of I don't think she should have won. Well, she didn't, unless the Italians get disqualified afterwards, after all, because the guy was sniffing cocaine for hundreds of millions of people. He was sniffing cocaine. Of course, he's not admitting it, but of course, he was doing that. I like the guys from Iceland, but that was a little bit a copy of last year. Last year, I thought it was more fun, although the thing with the curved pianos was really a good idea. At the end, they made a circle with 3 pianos. That was a fantastic idea. Yo, David Soto, saludos desde Honduras. Sigue tu trabajo desde hace años. Thank you, gracias. Y he aprendido mucho simplemente con ver. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate a lot. I cannot answer you in Spanish, but I understand what you told me. I was surprised that, well, so first thing I saw was that Great Britain didn't get any points, and so that encouraged me to take a look on YouTube to that song, and it was terrible. This guy couldn't sing. Why do they send somebody like that to this festival? I have no idea. We're not used to having that from Great Britain, right? So the Iceland thing is that what I appreciate most is the humor, right? These guys have humor, and that's great. When I looking at our own song from Belgium, they try to be so serious and this is art, and at the end they're surprised that they don't get many points. Okay, she's a great singer, but there was no show element, nothing. Yeah, just makeup eyes of a singer who's getting older. That doesn't really appeal people, right? Boom, 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 boom. So this is about it. I shouldn't work too long on her because we have some nice other people to draw here. Maybe I want to put some slight shade on the teeth here, because they are more in the back of the mouth. Sense of humor is intelligence. Thank you, Laura. I'm happy you understand what I say. David, yeah, I liked the Iceland mentality as well. The UK always does rubbish. We're used to it. Oh, really? I'm sorry. I'm still in the 60s when I think about English music. In those days, it was okay. And Sandy Shaw, she was not bad. But they are one of the biggest sponsors of this event. Yeah, so they are right in the. Yeah, I know, but they should send something better, right? So it's a kind of terrible thing. Okie dokie. Oh no, I have to bring a little bit light in the eyes. Dun, dun, dun. Just a small white point here. Is it white? No, that was not white. It's a big difference. Okay. Then we go to a gentleman, and this gentleman is a new friend of mine, and he's a hero. He's an American firefighter, guys, really. So it doesn't mean we're not going to draw him funny, right? But that's a side note. He's a really great guy. So what I see here is the eyes are kind of lying deep behind the eyebrow bow, the nose a little bit protruding, the mustache is really nice, and then there is a big chin. The hair is kind of like a rooster. So we're trying to do that. Okay. I just started now, or I have to resize, because otherwise it's not going to work. So if I would make an animal of this person, I would draw him as a rooster. It's kind of obvious, right? Paul Mac should have gone next year. Yeah, I like Paul Mac, but I think he should write songs for other people now, because his voice is deteriorating fast. Hi, Jill, are you back? I didn't know you were gone. Next year. Yeah, next year, if he's still alive. This guy, Paul McCartney, doesn't have a lot to prove anymore, right? Monica, annoying not being able to resize on paper. Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of a challenge. Kathy, you are insulting my friend. She says he looks like a chicken. I said he looks like a rooster, right? That's better than a chicken. Kathy, for God's sake, this guy is a firefighter. He's the guy you would like to be saved by. a strong person, handsome. Max, hello, I'm learning from you a lot. Thank you. What do you recommend when starting a face sketch? The form of the face, the facial details, what do you think is more important? Well, I think the global shape is more important, because even if you make nice details and you bring them in a wrong shape, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And actually details, I think everybody can draw details. If they pay some attention, everybody can draw details, right? But the face, the shape of the face is so important. So in this face, actually, I wanted to emphasize the sturdiness. This person is such a strong person, And even if it's maybe a funny caricature at the end, I didn't want to change the character of the posture, how he looks in global. Arzu, hello, good night. Good to see you here. Hi, Sachin. So this is my starting sketch. Needless to say that this person is also a caricature artist. A fireman caricature artist. How about that? Isn't that great? I'm going to move a little bit because I want his shoulder to be on my page, actually, like this. Okay, what do you do? I'm going to drink. Here we go. So now I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I want to have the elements here a little bit better. The jaw is great. Thank you. And the chin also, right? You could add as many wrinkles here as you want. But I didn't make the forehead really big, so I have to push to get them all there. Whoa, what's that? Yeah, this is happening. So I don't know, Mark Young, if you're still here, but if you do this, you can go really wide and thin. But if you do this, it changes the character. It's totally different brush. If I tilt my pencil, because you didn't see that, I tilted. So I try not to tilt it, actually. Only when maybe I want to color something with it. It's an interesting feature. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, that's good, Mark. Mark is trying the pen. Many people buy a lot of new brushes in Procreate. And I guess when you do complicated illustrations with a lot of effects, I think it's useful. But for a almost live drawing like this, you only need a few things, right? And if you find one brush that you like, you don't need all the other brushes. Maybe it's a little bit too much. I don't know, it's a little bit too much, just a little bit. That's better, I think. Yeah, okay. Looks like Hulk, you mean Hulk Hogan, I think. right? Unless I don't know Hulk Hogan, but I think it will be Hulk Hogan. Maybe I know him a little bit, but usually he's wearing sunglasses or something to hide his baldness, because this guy is, I mean, not this guy, but Hulk Hogan is getting really bald, looking old, so he's trying to keep his strong appearance. But he's getting old, aren't we all? So, Kathy, how are you doing with your chicken? The ear has a funny shape, I think. I know some people who, I mean, caricature artists who don't care about the shape of the ear. I do. I love ears. Ears are kind of sculptures, and ears are really very typical for every person in a different way, you know. Hogan, yeah. So when you draw hair or a mustache or a beard, you have to try a little bit to keep the growing direction in your brush shape, right? Kathy, I think I don't know how to draw chicken. Maybe the firefighter is too handsome. I think so too, right? Alan, the book I have which helped me to understand caricature is The Mad Art of Caricature by Tom Richmond. Do you recommend any other good books or references? Well, at this moment, I think Tom's is the most recent one. I think he explains everything really well. So if you read this book and you practice everything, it should be okay, Mark. Oh, Alan, sorry. My book on caricature is from '96, so I think it's a little bit outdated. Otherwise, I would recommend it, but I would do it different now. Who is by? You mean Biden? Joe Biden? I don't know what you mean. Maybe you made a little typo. Maybe you mean who is he? Enlighten us, Alan. Who are you talking about? Kathy says The Mad Art of Caricature is the best to understand. There you go. Lisbeth is there. Hi, Lisbeth. Hi, all. Ooh, way late to the party today. All candy joining again. Thank you, Lisbeth. Good to have you here. So this stage is over, and we add a new layer. And we're going to add some gray shades. Oops. I have to do this way to get pointy edges. Ooh, a lot of talking. Monica, the one from Jim van der Kuyl, also has interesting exercises. I agree. Jim is totally different, and he's also a really good artist. He's an animator, you know. Jim worked on classic movies like Kung Fu Panda and stuff like that. So I am really fond of his work. Alan, who is the author you were referring to from the book you have? I don't know, maybe me. You mentioned Tom Richmond, and I said something about a book that I made, but it's a little bit old. Do you know caricature artists from France? Sure. One of my biggest inspirations is French, is Jean Mulatier. But there are many more caricature artists in France. France is kind of one of the first countries where caricatures were made. Also historically, really old drawings. But, you know, there are so many caricature artists in France. There is a really nice book about Western. It was published, I think, by Jim Meister. Well, he had a lot of saying in it. I don't know if he really published it. So there were really great French artists in it. So, Kathy, you're living in France now, and it's caricature heaven, you know? You have to do some research, and you will see what I mean. Oh, I forgot to draw this line from the shoulder. What is all this crap here? Wait, first, Laura, do you know Carlos Nine? Not really personal. Yeah. I know a lot of Spanish artists, but not really that one. What do you think? Is Alan asking, what's your view on Charlie Hebdo? That's a difficult one. I think it's a political question, right? It's a political question, and I don't agree with all the stupid humor they are making, because I don't think all their jokes are really funny. But on the other hand, freedom of speech and publication is so important in these days that I can only admire the courage that they have, because they're still threatened by stupid people who don't have the same idea about free speech, right? Thierry Kokole, indeed. Thank you, but there are so many. Uncle Rizzo, will you consider doing celebrity characters for your live streams? That's a good question. I'm not really sure what I should do with that. I might, but it's very difficult to find really good photos that inspire me. And I think it's easier to find, well, what I'm doing here is drawing somebody I know, and I think that's really funny and useful, and well, I think I would spend too much time on celebrities. I think I would try to make a finished drawing or something, right? I think celebrities are not really better subjects. Afterwards, when I put them on the internet, on Facebook or Instagram, yeah, more people would recognize them. But when you're watching this, it doesn't really matter if this person is a celebrity or not, right? Okay, I think we're here. We're done. So we are going to draw another woman. Jeff, I hope you like it. And we go to drawing number 4. 2 more to go. Another difficult one, don't you think? Another difficult one. Jeff says, thanks, Jan. Best looking rooster ever. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm still waiting for Kathy's chicken, actually. But I think she's too chicken to show it. Okay. The thing with this person is that I think her eyes are kind of droopy and way on the side. But maybe it's almost the only thing. So, yeah, me too. Kathy, no, my chicken is filled. Of course your chicken is filled. He's not a chicken, he's a rooster. That's karma, Kathy. Karma hit you badly. So this person is kind of a almost normal face, but we're going to play a little bit with the things that are inside the face. Huh? We're going to put her eyes a little bit there. Which is a little bit strange for eyes, but I think it would, it helps the likeness, I think. The nose bridge is kind of narrow, but here suddenly it becomes wide. Interesting. Mouth, nice smile. A little bit up in this way, this side. So we're going to do that a little bit. Kathy. Never call a firefighter a chicken, Kathy. So let's spend a little bit more attention to the eyes. I think the impression of the droopy eyes is because of the mascara also. They're almost only done on the outside. You don't see a chicken anymore. Yeah. It's a little bit too late, Kathy. Selim Kathy Wong. No, it's not Kathy Wong. It's Kathy Wrong. Got you there. I'll call you Kathy Wrong now, okay? So I don't even see the top of the hair. That's a little bit the problem, but we're going just to invent something, right? Kathy says I'm wrong. So we're going to make it a little bit higher. I have the impression when I look at the skull here that I have to add a little bit more. But I admit it's just a little bit inventing. It starts raining, so for your pleasure, I'll have some background noise. Little chin, very little chin. Something like this. Maybe I over tilted a little bit because I want to give her kind of a narrow neck. Still too big. So she has a tail here. There's something in her hair, but I don't see what it is. I'm not going to draw it. It's not so important. Monica, it's always raining down. Well, you're absolutely right. That's why I want to move to Spain, Monica. I mean, yeah, Monica. Yeah. Or Portugal. Spain is not as far as Portugal. But the weather is horrible here. The month of May is almost gone and still feels like trashy weather. I mean, May can be so beautiful with the flowers and stuff and nice weather. So far, no. Nothing of that. So this is my impression of this woman. It's a choice. I think you can draw her many other ways, but it is raining here now. I'm living almost 10 kilometers from Bart, and he says it's not raining, and here it is raining. The weather here is really a personal thing. If they want to hit you with rain, they will. So probably I'm just behaving really badly. Ben, we finally had a nice break in the rain here. Really, wow. Just in time for my birthday party. Autumn, yeah, it feels like autumn, but yeah, Ben, so what did you do for your party? Did you invite a lot of people? Or did you do a music party with your family? Ben is also very musical, and his whole family plays music. George Orwell. Wow, that's very nice to meet you, George. The Smile of Scarlett Johansson. Wow, you know more about Johansson than me. I never look at her face actually. Alan, you cannot go wrong with Portuguese weather. So far, it has been a treat here. Yeah, I'm really jealous, guys. I'm really jealous about people with nice weather. The problem is that it's too far away. It's more than 2,000 kilometers away. And they have such a funny language. Great writer, yeah. Ooh, these lines are bad. I have to watch out what I'm doing. Yeah, I thought it was dead, but he's just here, Monica. Laura, so much rain, maybe you have to get the ark ready. Well, you don't know. Maybe it's standing in my yard. So I'm enhancing the mascara a little bit because I think this is kind of a point of likeness in these eyes. Yeah, exactly. George Orwell, after all. I want to say something about the Eurovision contest, but not about this one because it was kind of a stupid one. But the one that I really liked was the one when the Portuguese singer won the contest. What was his name? That was a beautiful song. Kathy is saying, I'm so sorry with this model. I'll send you later. Well, this is kind of a difficult one, right? Monica Fernandes. So I guess we can say this the big brother is watching, and yeah, I think so. It happened. No, it's not important. I just wanted to say that I liked the Eurovision contest when the Portuguese singer won. The guy, I think he was sick. He had a heart surgery or something afterward. I forgot his name, but that was a beautiful song. Laura, I'm trying this one with marker for the first time. Wow, that's very courageous. It's a good practice. Yeah, Sobral, I think too, right? Wasn't he sick? Didn't he have a heart problem? Maybe I'm going to use just a solution for this dress. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to put any colors on it. Just I'm going to use another brush to fill it, something with texture or flowers. So this is finished. The line work is finished. And we add a new layer for the gray shade. David, just listening to it now. Yeah, great voice. That was good. He did have a problem, but from your answer, I can hopefully think that he's still alive. I think everybody's working really hard. The audience gets silent. Okay, now I'm going to cheat a little bit. I mean, it's not really cheating, it's just using Procreate. So I'm using another brush, organic brush, with the flowers, something. Boom, bum, bum. Oh, my selection is gone. That's no good. I'm going to use a color. Why not? A little bit more bluish. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Voila, voila, voila. No, that's not a good idea. Okay. George Orwell, do you know the World Press cartoon? Yeah, I know it, but I never been in contact with him. I'm not a member of it or anything. No. Bart says she's got a straight look, in my opinion, which is correct, but because of the mascara, the white on the outside is getting smaller. So I thought it was funny to do that. And I don't think it's disturbing me. So that's okay. I can live with this. Okay, this is about it. Maybe I get a little bit pinky, just a little bit, just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. I don't know if it's useful, but why not? Okay, this is the last female person of today. So now we're going to draw another funny person. Another artist I know. And the person is this one. He sent me a lot of photos, but some are, I mean, over the top like this. So I took almost, well, I thought I made a selection to make it bigger on the page. Oh no, I didn't. So I hope you can see it well. Yeah, I think it's okay. So he has a kind of a funny face, actually, which is nice. That's what we want, right? So I want to give this person small eyes. Monica. Oh dear, he's watching. So he has kind of small eyes, kind of a big nose, kind of expressive mouth, a chin that's going backwards, and well, that's a lot, actually. That's a lot. So this is also an artist, okay, guys? Which doesn't mean we are not going to draw him funny. On the contrary, right? Boom, boom, boom. So the nose should be really, well, not this part, but this part should be kind of big, right? And if you do that, the eyes get smaller. That's the rule of caricature. When you make something bigger, the other things get smaller. That's the funny thing. The only problem is that you have to succeed to bring it into one one shape, one face, right? Well, there is one thing about the Song of France. It's an earworm. But that's because it's kind of stolen from an old song of Edith Piaf, which had the same earworm, actually. So now we're trying to shape the mouth here, and I think it's important that the lower lip is going a little bit that way. So I'm not really going to emphasize on the upper lip, but on the lower lip. I'm going to push it a little bit that way. I know Kathy is now busy trying to draw a chicken. So the chin should go that way, but I see on the photo that it's that way because I see my drawing stuff in the mirror. The ear is a little bit funny, but yeah, well, a little bit. Big lips too, yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm drawing. So I want to do a little bit more. I know it's my bad character, but I think it should be funny. It's a caricature, so amazing. Oh, thank you, Laura. That's the thing when you get good photos, right? It's easy to make a good drawing when you have good photos. So I want to thank this artist to send me nice photos. Some people, I should remind people on the internet that they can still send me photos because I'm hardly getting any anymore. I got 3. Well, one I stole, Mark, but I didn't get any female faces to draw. Maybe there is a reason. I don't know. Alan, I see you have a guitar in the background. Do you often play? No, I can't because it's hanging on the wall. Monica Fernandes, I thought your stock was full. Yeah, sure. But I wanted to have more photos of not people I really know, but I mean to do a favor to some people. I mean to make a caricature. So if you still have funny photos, you can still send them. I would be grateful. You will send some. That's great. But who is it? He's an artist from England. Bart. His name is Chris. Good live artist. Okay, here we go. Now this part is small, but we have to do it really well because the character of the face is in the eyes a little bit. So I am going to reduce the size of my brush a little bit. So today or yesterday, I saw a message on Facebook that an Irish friend of ours might organize a minicon in Ireland next year. That sounds really nice. If he's doing that, he can count on me. I'll be there. I always wanted to go to Ireland just for the rain. No, that's a joke, but Ireland has really nice landscapes and I want to see something of it. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. There we go. Do you know Scotland? Yes, Scotland is a really nice person, very friendly. No, I haven't been there yet, Laura. One of the other countries I should be able to visit. Maybe I will just visit Scotland after they get rid of England, because then they will be part of the European Union again, and it's way easier to get there. Oh my God, we're talking politics again. Island Caricature Con would be great. Yeah, I think so too. It would be somewhere on the East Coast if I saw that. If I remember the map he was showing. Just a small village or something. Nice. The last one is the best I know about it. I shouldn't draw all the other ones. What a waste of time. I think it's a good idea to save the last one for the best one for the last moment, because then we are warmed up a little bit. Thank you, David. I'm not finished yet. Could still turn out to be a failure, and I think I'm going to give him a little bit red cheeks. Monica, I'm actually struggling more with this one than with the girl from before. Well, that's something I recognize. It happens when you have a person, when you want to exaggerate a lot of things. This person, okay, has a lot of interesting features, and then it's hard to make choices. With the girl or the young woman before, we just had only one thing, almost the eyes, and all the rest was kind of normal. But it happens to me too. When you have a kind of more easy face, or apparently easy, it happens that it's a tough one after all. I would call this category the false easy ones. false easy one indeed. Yeah. And the problem is when you draw a false easy one and you do that in public, when you're having a live session or something and it happens, people are wondering what you're doing because they expect it to be an easy one, right? George Orwell, I think the speed with which you catch the traits that you should exaggerate is simply extraordinary. Thank you so much. Alan, whoa, everybody's talking. Alan, studying this face, I find the perspective of the position helps define to choose what to categorize, to emphasize the sense of depth. That sounds complicated. I think because of the perspective, definitely the forehead, the skull gets smaller, right? I have to make it a little bit rounder. That's what I see now. But it changes the face, right? That's normal. Reminds me a bit of Kevin De Bruyne. Well, maybe in a couple of years, yeah. Max, how do you draw so fast? Is it all about years of practice, or is it about something else? I think it's about stress, Max. I'm totally stressed up by this situation. 29 people watching me. I think, honestly, it's about practice. And this is an easy program to use. And it allows me to make nice lines so I don't have to worry about anything. And you know what, Max? You don't have to worry about making mistakes. That helps a lot too. If you make mistakes, most of the people, especially when you go for a live drawing session, most people don't even see it when you make a mistake. So maybe it's the experience that I have as a live artist that allows me to draw a little bit confident, which is nice because then everything goes faster. Now, I think speed is not the first thing. I mean, if you draw fast, sometimes I'm getting a little bit angry when I hear artists say, "Oh, I can draw so many faces in an hour," and then I think, yeah, but are they good? And that's something we don't know, right? Okay, this might be sufficient for the black lines. Actually, when we are going for live work, Max, we draw faster because then we don't use a sketch layer. Then we just start with black lines. And for doing that, you need some confidence, and the confidence comes from practice. That's correct. But I think if I do that, I think then it's harder to talk while I'm drawing. I mean, for you to explain some things, for me, it's easier this way. Let's put it that way. So for the nose, there is a light on the nose, and all the rest is kind of has a shade, right? So we're doing that. And there is some shades. There are some shades here too. And these shades, they define the shape of the nose. If the shades would be on another place, it would mean that the nose would have a different shape. Maybe I add a little bit darker stuff here afterwards, but I'm going to do everything I can with one color of gray and first, and then I'll see what I need more. Hi, Shav. Good to have you here. Thank you. You're very kind, as always. Oh, maybe I'll just do this. If you color the eye, the ear totally, it has a certain effect, and the effect is that the ear goes backwards, right? David, thank you for another nice evening. Feeling inspired, gotta sort the kids out. I understand. Thank you, David. See you next time. So, guys, normally next week I'll be here at the same hour. I don't know how you will find me, but apparently everybody finds it after all. Sorry for the burden, the problems I'm causing. I'm going to add a little bit of red on the cheeks. Not really shading, but some, just some nice color. And I think the red I'm going to use in the cheeks will be the same kind of red that I'm going to use in the coat here on the inside. I don't know yet if I'm going to make this blue or just gray. Oops, it's my last drawing, so I have a lot of time to do this. What time is it? Oh, nice. I mean, it's going fast. Time goes fast when you have a good time. Okay, let's put some color on it. Should I take another layer? Maybe. So I'm going to take a deep red, but for the cheeks I have to lower the opacity a little bit. Or I can use it this way and then put the opacity lower on this side. Whew. Maybe I use the airbrush. That's too much. Monica, I think this will be the end of my red pencil. You're funny. So I'm going to take my normal brush again, and I'm using the full color. Not the full color. This way. Ding, 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 ding. Which is nice to get some color contrasts. I know I have to clean up a little bit. I will do that later. And maybe I'm going to give him bright blue eyes, and I'm going to put the blue in the shirt again anyway. And it's not blue, it's more like cyan. So cyan and red are complementary colors, which I like a lot. And now we're going to add some whites. Okay. Nice. So the funny thing is that I only use actually kind of two colors, and because they are complementary, it creates a nice composition. Bart, okay, thanks for the inspiration. See you next time, Jan. Thank you, Bart. Nice that you were here. Next, yeah. I saw it. No problem. That's funny, right? Just a small highlight in the cheek. Maybe I have one more here. Theo, I think this one's been my favorite bunch so far of your live sessions. Thank you. I'm just getting better, Theo. All of them were one better than the other, and the last one was boom. Well, it was a boom photo. Thank you, Theo. Alan, did you study anatomy while going into caricature or before? I got a little bit of anatomy during my education as an art teacher, but I don't really think you need it when you draw caricatures, because I draw what I see, actually, and of course it has to be a little bit. It has to be together, and when you tilt your head, the eyes should be like that and things like that. But you don't really need knowledge of the human body. I mean, yeah, a little bit, but I think everybody knows a little bit, right? The anatomy. Sometimes the anatomy. I don't know if Alan, if you know Philip Burke. Philip Burke, he plays with that. I mean, he just distorts. He puts one eye higher, and he's doing whatever he wants, and still gets it together. So that's really great, right? Okay, guys, I think this is it. Almost busy for 2 hours. That's a long session this time, but I had a good time. I hope you had a good time too. Dirk, but a good feeling of perspective is needed, not for drawing faces. Not at all. I don't think so. If you want to make a comic, then you need knowledge of perspective. But not here, I think. Laura, thanks a lot. Thank you, Laura, for being here. Ginger, that's the first time I see the name. Ginger Chepson, thank you. Everybody, thank you for being here. I had a great time. If you're not, if you didn't subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would be really happy if you would do. That makes me happy. Thank you, Lisbeth. Thank you, Monica. Have a good night, everyone. That's what I want to say to everybody. Have a good night. Thank you, Max. You're very kind. Oh yeah, Philip Burke. You should look him up. He's a lot. He's posting a lot on his Facebook page. So, Shav, thank you for being here. I hope to see you on Tuesday at the Caricature Barbecue. Selim, thanks, Jan. See you. Thank you too, Selim. Very nice that everybody was so kind. I'm just having a good time here. No, Kelly, you're here. You're so silent. How come? You made it, but you didn't say anything. Moacir, that's another Portuguese name. I probably pronounced it really badly. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay. Down, down, down. It's okay. Well, I think if you pronounce my name, it would be wrong too. But anyway, it was really nice to have you all here. I'm just cleaning up a few mistakes here. And then I'm going to put them online, maybe in half an hour or so. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for your nice photo. I will send you the drawing. See you next time. I think that's a way of writing a smile, right? We don't write, but I think I understand it. Okay, guys. See you next time. I'm going to disappear.